John Higgins appearing in his 85th ranking event semi-final against Oliver Lyons, appearing in his first. It's a vast gulf in experience. It makes it a fascinating clash. We made all that fuss about John Higgins dropping out of the top 16 after 29 years. If he wins this match, he's back in after a week. That says a lot about him, doesn't it? He's played really well this week. He's got a new cue. He feels good with it. But what an opportunity for Oliver Lyons. He slogged his way through the matches on the outside tables. Now he's centre stage, the biggest match of his career. He finished off really well last night against Jack Jones. Just needed one visit, 75 break to get it won in the decider. But Ken, this is a big step up against a legend.
Yeah, big test, but what an opportunity. A long way out from that one. It was a nervy one straight away. It's understandable. And he hasn't got away with it. But yeah, big test for him. Got to settle down early. Needs to pot a few balls, get that arm going, and okay, he's playing a legend, but can't think about that. He's just got to play the table, not worry about who's in the other chair. Easier said than done.
Well, John Higgins has lost his last 5 ranking event semi-finals, so he's not won one since he got to the Tour Championship final in 2022. But as I say, he's feeling good. He was saying in Brentwood, this new cue, which he's had to get because the old one got damaged in Paris in the airport, was left outside, the rain got into it. Seems it might have done him a big favour, actually. He said in the interview with Rob he couldn't remember his first ranking semi-final. It was actually 30 years ago, the 94 Grand Prix. He beat Joe Swell. He went on to beat Dave Harold and win the tournament. We're coming up to that anniversary in a few weeks' time.
Yeah, what an incredible career.
Thank you. 7.
I'm sure John Higgins will be, feeling the butterflies as well. There's no doubt, no matter how many he's been there. Been in, won, still, as he said in his interview, he hates playing in semi-finals. It's the worst round to possibly lose in because you're so close to that final. There's that extra bit of pressure on it, and he'll be feeling a bit nervous. There's no doubt about that. He'll want to settle down very, very quickly, but it's just the difference and the gulf of experience between the two. Maybe a telling factor. But it's a fascinating story.
13.
Yeah, and of course the arena's been reconfigured. We're now down to one table, so the audience around 3 sides. It's a big crowd in. It's the sort of occasion that would favour Higgins because he's so used to it.
$14. $21.
Yeah, just having to check to see if that red just to the right of the pink will pot. But could get a nice angle on the black from here.
22.
And he has done. Finished high, so that can tell us that that red does pot past the pink into the left corner. Oh, it's gone too far. That's a mistake. That's a mistake. End the break.
29. John Higgins, 29.
Well, he's going to be somewhere near the baulk cushion, but Oliver Lyons relieved to come back to the table. Been a professional for 10 years. We've been waiting for the big breakthrough. Been in a couple of quarterfinals before this week, but he's really come through impressively. Great to see Peter here as well, of course, his biggest fan, his dad.
Nice safety shot, acknowledged by his opponent. Yeah, his dad always was a wonderful player himself. Reached a high of 42 in the world. Such a tough competitor, and he got a lot of those wonderful qualities, Ollie, from his dad. Lovely lad, Oliver. Everybody in the game will be delighted to see him here in the semi-final. He's worked very, very hard over the years. Been a journeyman, but this is his, well, you'd have to say his first real breakthrough. And it's great to see. So easy to become disillusioned with the game, Dave. You know, when you're playing in tournaments and qualifying, you're not really sort of getting anywhere. It can be very frustrating, but you just got to still have belief and stick with it. Keep putting in the work, and you just never know.
Yeah, I mean, he mentioned coming back from China, the Xi'an Grand Prix. They're long journeys back, aren't they, if you've lost first round, to think about what's happened and, as you say, to get disillusioned. But the good thing is, the way the circuit is, there's so many tournaments, you don't have to wait too long to the next one. And in this one, he's come good, and he's every right to be confident here. Of course, he's not the favourite, but could use that maybe to his advantage. A lot of people are already giving this win to Higgins, but snooker, as we know, does not work like that. You've got to get to 6.
Well, that's a good start. That'll make him feel good. Beautiful cueing.
Yellow ball.
This table will be a lot faster than some of the tables he's played on the outside. And there's an example of it. It'll take him a little while to find the pace of this table. Found out John Higgins in his previous attempt.
Yes, and of course Oliver hasn't played on this table. He's been on the outside tables this week.
Oliver lines 3.
Yeah, don't mind him going for that shot, but could have played it with a bit more pace, that if he did miss it, could have ran safe, but he's left it.
One.
Yeah, people would say, well, aren't all the tables the same? Well, they are all the same, but on the outside tables, the lighting is different. And of course, the lights generate a lot of heat, a lot more faster, more pace to this table than the outside tables. But, well, these type of shots will give Oliver Lyons encouragement.
Well, it's 2 chances Higgins has had. He lost position first time. Now he's missed that yellow off the spot. But the red is hanging invitingly in the jaws.
One.
Well, John Higgins was attempting, I think, to get onto the black into that left corner pocket there. You see it's clearly open. That's what he was playing for, but overhit it. No point in potting the yellow here. He's going to play a safety shot.
John Higgins, 1.
Putting the green safe very, very early to do so, but the situation of the table, that may be crucial because he's got a 28-point lead. Always thinking about the next move, John Higgins. Such a clever player, master tactician. This looks pretty good. Even if it goes in front of the yellow, that's okay. That's a good shot. Very difficult to get behind the yellow, but just awkward cueing. Well, is he lighting up a 3-ball plant into this left corner? He's one of the best at conjuring up plants. That would be very, very risky. No. Siding against it.
Yeah, we heard John Higgins in his interview say that, you know, he would have to try and use to his advantage the experience he's got, and part of that is not leaving any sort of easy chances early on. If you've got an inexperienced opponent, that's what they're looking for. So his safety game is always good anyway, but it's going to be employed when he needs it. He's the ultimate percentage player, Higgins. Of course, they have played 4 times before. It is 4-0 to John Higgins. Oliver Lyons, though, is a very good sort of training ground where he's come through at the Northern Snooker Centre in Leeds, one of the oldest snooker clubs in Britain. A lot of good players there. David Gray, Sanderson Lamb, obviously his dad as well, and various others.
Yeah, he made this mistake here because this 2-ball plant may be on here, and there is a pathway back to balk. No. So a half chance here for Oliver Lyons. That was the plan. It wasn't dead set. He had to make it. But if you can knock this red in, possibly could hold for black into the same corner pocket. Big shot. Lovely pot. Didn't play for black. But he's on the blue. Yeah, lovely cueing. He's going to need another good pot. Well played. So a chance here to reduce that deficit.
6.
Very difficult to win the frame from this position, but so far
7.
the signs are good for Oliver Lyons.
$12. $13.
Unless this red goes through the gap. Does it? Tight squeeze, but that's a poor shot. Really poor. There were 4 open reds there. That would have amassed a few points for him, but it's gone wrong. Such a margin for error there. He'd be bitterly disappointed.
Oliver Lyons, 18.
Well, you'd love to be able to drop this red in and maybe get on the black. Could play the other one. That's into the bottom right corner pocket. Maybe he feels that if he drops this in, leave the cue ball just beneath the black spot, nicely put the black into the opposite corner. No. Oh, bad miss.
Yeah, I mean, Higgins has had a few chances. Lines could have been frozen out of this frame. In fact, he's had plenty of potential openings himself. That was another one. Of course, lost position previous visit. And it's what he needs. He needs to get his hand on the table early in this match and settle. Not quite happened yet.
One.
Unless he gets a kiss, this has gone too far, has it? Well, he's got the red into the left center, but
6.
overshot it. Could play for black again here.
Seven.
Good recovery. You may see John Higgins looking at the scoreboard because it's quite important. He's 24 points ahead now. I'm sure he would glance at the scoreboard very quickly because
14.
2 high value colors with these 2 reds would put him in a position where his opponent would need a snooker.
Julian Bell, the referee, refereeing his first ranking event semi-final. Yeah, he's finished close to this and become a tricky little shot as a result with all the long stuff. No, never looked in, did it? So it was the previous positional shot that
John Higgins,
was the problem. Higgins has had a lot of chances already in this frame. As Ken said, a couple of reds and colours. That was 1-0.
He's had a bit of a result here as well. He's covered the red. He's going to have to swerve here. Cue ball has to travel a good distance. Oh, well played. Great shot. Well done. Beautiful view of it. Just.
Eight. Nine.
So now does he try and take the red out? Being a left-hander, it's on the right side for him. Could lay behind it, but it's halfway up the cushion, which makes it a little bit more difficult. Trying to take it out, always a tough target.
16. Oliver lines 16.
So that green that John Higgins put on the cushion quite a few moments ago could prove the pivotal ball in this frame. Wonder can he lay a little snooker in behind the green here? Be risky. No. It's going close to the middle. Ooh, I think he's got the cover again, has he? It's very close.
Feels like one of those matches where they've started with the deciding frame. But it's a big match for both. Obviously for Ollie, first semi-final. And for John Higgins, he's not been in a final in a ranking event for 2.5 years. So it's a massive occasion for him as well. Back in the top 16 if he wins, all of that as well.
Yeah, and whatever happens, I think this has been a good frame in a way for Ollie Lyons. He's had his hand on the table. He's had a few chances. He's seen his opponent miss and make mistakes. All those little ingredients will give him a lot of encouragement. Got to be a little bit more mindful of playing shots like that, though. It's imperative you always get the object ball safe. This time, missing it. He hasn't got away with it. John Higgins having a quick glance at the scoreboard. He's going to need that green that he put safe. So he's looking at maybe leaving an angle on blue or brown from this red to try and take the green off the cushion. Just thinking a couple of shots ahead here.
1.
That's no good. There's no angle on that brown. Too straight. Poor shot.
Brown. Five.
How ironic. John put that green
7.
safe. Thinking that would be a saviour ball for him, but in fact it's come to his opponent's rescue in a way. He's still in command. 15-point lead. Control of the table.
John Higgins, 7.
This frame may rest on that green. He's quite an astute safety player himself, Oliver Lyons. Learned a lot from his father over the years. I don't think he'd be lacking in that department. This is a good, decent shot. Trying to get that green down somewhere near the pink. It's pretty good. The easy shot would be to knock the green onto the pink, but John Higgins doesn't want to do that. He wants to keep that pink firmly rooted to that top cushion. Can he get the white behind the black here? He can. What a shot.
Foul. And a miss. John Higgins, 4. Free ball. Yeah.
Out we go then, and points an issue here, 19 in it. So as it stands, if
Okay. John.
Higgins were to, if he left the green on, Higgins polled the green, he can only tie the frame, so not got much latitude.
Yeah, he needs to hit the ball cushion here and kick the green up the table. That's no good. So chance for John Higgins after that wonderful snooker.
One chap has chosen this at the moment to leave the arena. Maybe he thinks Higgins will just knock this in. He was right.
3.
Well, that shoddy play for Snooker has won in this frame. There's a lot of chances on either side. It's a bit edgy. It's not to be unexpected, is it, in such a big match? We started with so many players at the start of the week. Now just 4 left, 1 table. Big opportunity tomorrow if you're here.
7.
To be British Open champion. Tournament Higgins himself has won 4 times. Two snookers required.
John Higgins, 7. Five.
Well, this is a much taller order. Potted the blue, so it's 2 with pink and black left.
Oliver Lyons, 5.
Well, hold on. This looks pretty good.
What a shot.
He's probably a little bit unlucky that the pink has gone so close to this corner pocket, but there is a little bit of room around the back of it. Missable.
Yeah, frame conceded. Frame John Higgins.
Conceded. Well, it was quite a lengthy frame, 33 minutes. Fascinating duel. It is John Higgins who's won it. First to 6 to reach the final. Including
Second
against
frame.
John Higgins, who has
Oliver
been
Lyons
mentioned
to
he's
break.
actually got a winning record against. He and Oliver actually played each other in a tournament. It was during the COVID time. It was the Pro Series, only a best of 3, which I think they were happy about because it was not enjoyable, obviously. That said, Barry Pinches, great player Barry, he played his son Luke in the Q School one year, beat him. No mercy there.
I bet that car journey was pretty quiet on the way home, eh? Another excellent return of safety from John Higgins. Covering the escape down this right-hand side. Try and hit the edge here, but gotta be careful of the in off. He played that very well. Yeah, good shot.
best of 11. There's a long way to go, and I think what Oliver Lyons has to hold on to from the first frame is that Higgins actually had a lot of chances, and his highest break was only 29. In the end, yes, he played that good snooker, but it took a long time to get to that point.
Yeah, as I said, even if, you know, be disappointed to have lost the first frame, Oliver, but it wasn't a bad frame for him. Settle him in. Higgins was in first, could have won it one visit. That would have been a lot worse. Got his hand on the table. He potted some good balls, played some good shots. Okay, made a few mistakes, but still would have settled him down a little bit. But he's got to get a frame on the board as quickly as possible. It's the old cliche, but it's a very true one, that you never settle down until you get that first frame on the board. How true it is. Once again, miss from John Higgins. Will give some more encouragement to his opponent, but he's got to take advantage of these situations. Oh, watch the in off.
One.
Oh.
Journey in this tournament began a few weeks ago. He had to play a qualifying round in Leicester, beat Leipe Fan of China in a decider. He's had another decider this week against Thailand's Sunny Akani. Beat Stan Moody, beat Jack Jones last night, again in a decider, but that is wide. So that was his chance, really, you felt, to get going in this match. And he's missed it.
One.
Good solid pot. Not completely ideal. Trying to hold for this red into the left centre. Has come up a bit short.
8.
Still got the red into the right corner.
Nine.
John Higgins, a 4 times winner of the British Open. The first was in 1995, and that was actually a couple of months before his opponent today was born. So that just shows you the longevity.
$14. $15. $22. $23.
So after this black, last of the loose reds just below it. Trying to get a nice angle. That doesn't look particularly favourable.
30.
Pretty straight. Maybe okay just to screw off the side cushion, but needs a good angle on this black to split the
31.
reds, and that's okay. Missed the red that he wanted to hit. As he left
38.
with the outside red up into the green pocket. Yeah. Tried to hit the second red up from the black, missed it. This red may be potable up into the green pocket. Play it with an element of safety, takes the pressure off it. No.
John Higgins, 38.
Not close. He was on the march back to the seat pretty quick there. So again, it was a chance to punish a line's mistake that didn't really come to much.
Yeah, even that little shot there, you know, you just got to be a little bit more mindful. We should sort of get it to the top cushion, but should have really been behind the black just to make it stop John playing that simple little shot into the pack. Another one where he's left it off the top cushion, which means John Higginson get to the bottom of the cue ball, screw the cue ball back towards that black, possibly put Oliver Lyons in trouble here. There you go. When you're playing someone like John Higgins, you've got to be concentrate all the time, even on the simple shots. If you don't, you're going to come up second best. Two simple shots there, Oliver Lyons. Didn't put enough into them. Nice. Playing second fiddle in this little safety exchange. And it may cost them the frame.
One.
Good pot, but it's all just a bit congested, isn't it, in that bulk area? He'd come round to look where he wanted to leave the white, and they're all sort of covering each other, these colours.
Green ball.
Oh, what was that?
John
What was that?
One.
You'd never, in a month of Sundays, see John Higgins play a shot like that.
One.
So, Oliver, you've been given a chance from nothing. What can you do?
Eight.
Well, that last shot of Higgins is maybe the candidate for the worst shot he's played in the tournament, but it's only significant if Oliver Lyons can grasp the opportunity. He's had quite a few openings in this match.
9.
Well, if it's not the worst, it's definitely in the top 3, David. It was a shocker. And I bet Ollie Lyons couldn't believe it either, but it's giving him a good chance now. Let's have a look
16.
at this again. It's worth another look because you won't see this too often from John Higgins. Where is hen's teeth?
$17. $24. $25.
Still plenty of work to do, particularly with those 2 reds. Close to that right-hand side cushion. Possibility here, maybe playing for the brown.
27.
Leaving a nice angle. Taking a red out maybe here.
28.
That's not bad. But a little bit more of a difficult pot coming up than he would have liked. Well played, well played. That was good cueing.
30. $31.
Yeah, that's okay. We can play on, well, either red here. I'd like to play on the red that's a little bit more in the open. He does have an angle on the brown. He could possibly try and disturb that red next to the blue, but I think play on the loose red first. And leave that red close to the cushion to last. Needs to go, needs to go. Could be betwixt and between. Here he is. That's unfortunate.
33.
Another roll of the ball. It was perfect for the red into the middle. Now it's a little bit more difficult. Great recovery. Yeah, looking at, even if he can't take this red out, he could certainly lay a very easy snooker. Just pot the green. Could have played that a little bit better. Doesn't. He wanted to knock the red around the table and try and hide the cue ball behind the blue, but not quite sure that the angle is there. Needs that cue ball higher up the table.
Oliver Lyons, 37.
Oh dear, what has he done here? It's a bigger mistake as the one Higgins made.
One.
John Higgins will need the blue here in this frame.
Seven.
But maybe more importantly, he won't need the pink. So if he gets on the blue, he can just play to pot it.
Nine.
Yeah, you'd like to maybe sleeve this brown straight into the yellow pocket if you can. Just screw down behind the blue. That looks pretty good. So just screw it back to the side cushion and then drop the blue down with the rest.
$16.
Perfect. He won't be playing this with any par, just double checking the score. He'll be dropping this blue in dead weight. Huge mistake from Oliver Lyons. Rests on this blue. No problem.
21.
Yeah, they each made a big error, but Oliver Lyons recognises his is more significant because Higgins can forget about his now. It looks like he's going to win the frame as Snooker needed. Two close frames as well, that's the other thing. It could have been 2-0 the other way.
John Higgins, 21.
And now the challenge is to try and recover from that, going into frame 3.
Very good. What a shot. Tap on the tail from John Higgins. Can he get to the pink from the side cushion? Maybe he can. Just slight swerve just before the right middle pocket. Left hand side, let it take its course.
Yeah, the problem is that Lyons has lost control of the exchange now, so he's in a snooker, and of course can't really know where they're all going to finish here. As I say, it's been competitive. He could have been 2-0 up. The frames have been close. He's had chances. They've both had. We've not had a 40 break yet. But all that matters is the frame score. And John Higgins is 2-0 up. 10-soled affair, this first semi-final of the British Open. It's John Higgins, the 4-times champion, who holds the advantage early on. Yeah, so John Higgins happy enough, even though he's not played his best yet. He's 2-0 up. That's all that ultimately he's interested in. And he's pushed this red near the pocket. The danger, of course, for Lyons is that Higgins, now he's a couple in front, will start to relax, start to produce the breaks, and start to go off into the distance. 20 years ago in this very tournament, he played a young Sean Murphy. It was Sean's first ever semi-final, and Higgins beat him 6-0.
1.
I think that black cuts, so and there's a pathway. If he can miss yellow and brown here, cue ball will come in and out of bulk. Back up for these reds. Oh, might go close to the in off. Oh, it's not too bad. As it's turned out, he's got a dead straight red. He can hold for the black.
8. Nine.
Yeah, good solid pot. You know it's inevitable. You'd expect John Higgins now to go up the gears at that 2-frame lead. Settled in. He's got an ample opportunity here for a frame winning break, you would feel. Plenty of reds in the open, where he concentrates on
60.
that pack of reds. At least another 4 reds available.
70.
He's not going to keep making mistakes when he gets in. He's only going to get better.
$23. 24.
Well, they split well, but you always want to land on one nicely. Could have had an easier one. Got this one to middle. Slightly hampered with the queuing. Hence the referee moving into position. But now it's looking like a good chance this, and this is what Ken was saying. Now he's settled. He can start doing the heavy hitting. Could end up being a bit of a roller coaster 10 days or so for John Higgins. He made his 1000th century last week at the English Open. He was relegated from the top 16 after 29 years. But the weekend could yet end with him winning ranking title number 32. He'd be the second oldest winner of a ranking event. And back in the 16 again.
36.
All because his cue was left out on the tarmac in Paris. And the water got into it. It was ruined. He had to get another one. And he really likes it.
$43.
Yeah, the 2 reds just above the white there. They're not potable into the right corner.
44.
That's why he didn't play on the black. He's gone up for the blue. I think one of those reds may be available into the left corner. The top one of the two. If not, gonna have to split them. Yeah, the top one of the two is available, 49. So that's not too bad.
$50.
Played that very well indeed. Beautiful shot. Played for the red into the left center. And if he pots this red, of course, it will release at least one of those reds to the right of them into the left corner pocket. But if this red goes in, well, we'd have to say frame should be over.
Foul.
Oh.
John Higgins, 57.
Well, he hit the red on the way through. Referee well spotted, but John, I'm sure, would have owned up. And anyway, so frame not over. Just clip the red on the way through. Yeah, with the cue. Well, he could play the pot here, or he could just tuck him up behind the pink. I think he's going to go for the pot. No. But he played the second part very, very well, keeping that cue ball behind the brown. Yeah, well played. Good escape. I think it's a touch and ball, so John can put one of these ball colours into a safer position, you would feel. Maybe the yellow on the side cushion. Never misses a trick. big target if he puts the cue ball up towards that green pocket. He's got green and pink as cover for that red that's close to the left middle pocket. So yeah, he always got the cover, but as he left one of these long reds, yeah, I think if he was on that red, and there you see the blue is blocking that long red, so once again, got Oliver Lyons and all sorts of trouble here. May decide to try and pot himself out of trouble here. Take this red on. Try and get on the black. Very, very risky. Find a safety shot. Oh, that was a nice little nudge on the red. Otherwise, that red would have been potable. I may have left this red, you know. Cuttable.
One.
Needs to slow up. Needs to slow up. It's unlucky.
Oliver Lyons, 1.
Well, it's not great putting the black safe from his perspective. He's 52 behind. And there's 2 reds on the left-hand side cushion. There's 1 on the right. So, yeah, he's not looking too promising in terms of getting back into the frame. Of course, Higgins has put the yellow safe.
That was a wonderful long pot. Great shot. Oh no.
Foul. Oliver Lyons, 1. John Higgins, 6.
Everything going wrong.
Yeah, what it means now is that Higgins just needs red and colour. As you can see, there's the red.
1.
little glance on the blue there, ideally. Ball safe though, the black tied up, of course, lines needs black, so you can take this brown on. And in it goes. John Higgins, he did make a 57 break in this frame. And while he's not at the top of his game, he is on top in the match.
John Higgins, 5.
Well, that should be that. And it means Higgins will be halfway towards the final.
Green ball.
Not the most sort of flowing match, but
John Higgins, 1.
one of those where Higgins gets in front as he did in that frame. You always fancy him. So big problems now for Oliver Lyons. Something's going to have to change soon, because John Higgins is just 3 away from the final, leading 3-0.
Lines to break.
A foothold in the match. Tice break just 37. And Higgins is best. He's just had 1 half century, but he's in a very strong position here. Of course, he's got all the experience in the world. 85 ranking semi-finals. It's Lyons his first.
Good pot. Tried to dislodge the red, left of the black at the same time, but you still got the pink into the right centre. Oh, what a shot. What a shot at that pace. Had to be so accurate into the middle pockets, but I couldn't have played that any better.
Usual drill for the referee, just got to get the pink into line here, in a line with the spots if its own spot is unavailable or the spot's unavailable. Julian Bell doing a great job.
I need a good steady hand for this.
No pressure, Julian, we're just all watching you.
Boo.
7.
Yeah, that red there, straightforward, but cue ball be going into the pack, and he's not guaranteed to get it out onto a colour. So Looks like he's going to play the more difficult one. Not quite sure what he can, when potting this red, come off the top cushion, just flick that red away from the black and open up the black into that same corner pocket. Would be a shot. If he misses the red, he'd be on the blue, but more importantly, get the red first. Yeah. He couldn't hit that red, but still in position.
$11. $12. $17. John Higgins, 17.
Yeah, rather rueful shake of the head. He was hoping that was the start of something special to get to 4-0, trying to freeze Oliver Lyons out. The black has run safe at least, and Lyons has missed that. So Oliver Lyons just not feeling good, is he? Maybe needed the interval to come after the last frame.
Kiss on the brown. Left a chance for John Higgins for this red. Can find a gap off the top cushion, back for blue or ball color. Once again, he's got away with it. John Higgins is not playing well today at all. We said that as many semi-finals that he's been in, he looks still nervous out there. I know he's in command, but the occasion has got slightly to his opponent, and that's helped, but he is not playing well at all. And if Oliver Lyons can get one frame on the board, he still has a chance in this match, but he needs this frame desperately.
Well, now the three big colours are basically all in awkward places. Pink tied up, black safe, blue safe. Well, that has changed the table. He's opened the reds up, opened the pink up. Yeah, look at that little tap on the table from Higgins. Appreciating the quality of the shot, and if he appreciates it, you know it was good.
I think Oliver Lyons has done well in that safety department. He's competed pretty well, played some good safety shots, but he just hasn't been clinical enough when he's had the chance. And that's just the difference at the moment. Great return. Got to be careful playing this shot. He doesn't knock a red towards his left corner pocket. Played that well. Same goes for John Higgins here. He's knocked the red towards the corner pocket. That was always a possibility. Has he got cover? Has he got cover? I think he has, you know. He has. But does the red, just above it, maybe go in off the red? Can he play? Possibility of a plant. Coming down to have a look. Is there room off that red? Does it make it a big pocket? That's what he's hoping for. So sure. He's going to try and clip this red just left of the pink towards this pocket. See, can he knock this red in? He can, you know. What a shot. Needs a kiss on the yellow to hold the cue ball. One. Well deserved. Right, Oliver. Chance. Great shot.
Three. Four.
to go, that cue ball. And he's left it way short. It's no good.
Oliver lines 4.
So bringing the black into play, but disappointed to make just 4 there. After the inventive way he got in. Sure he's been looking forward to this match from the moment he won last night against Jack Jones, but it has been a big step up for him and still isn't quite settled, and this is now a very important frame. If he can win it, he'll still be trailing of course, but at least he's on the scoreboard. He's something to build on, but 4-0 can be hard to see a turnaround.
Well, okay, cue ball tight to this top cushion, but this red is cuttable. John Higgins didn't want to leave this red.
Yeah, there's no point pretending it's been a high standard. There's the pot success. Oliver Lyons down at 79%. Higgins 86. Anywhere around 90 is considered good. Now he's looking at a plant here.
Yeah, he's normally so good at these shots. One of the best in the business.
1.
Yeah. So good. And there was plenty of room between the reds. That wasn't as easy as he made it look.
Seven.
He doesn't have the angle to play for the pink unless he goes in and out of balk. So it's a case of maybe getting a nice angle on the yellow or possibly the green. And then back down for the reds.
Eight. Ten. 11.
Played that beautifully. Lots of right-hand side. Check it off that side cushion. Bring it back
70.
in a straight line. Back for that red, left to the pink. Already a 30-point lead. Plenty of open reds to amass enough points.
18.
Playing for black this time.
Yeah, Higgins has not been at the top of his game, but frankly, he hasn't had to be. His opponent has struggled, and his opponent will know that when they come back after the interval, if he is to be 4-0 down, then he needs to improve in all areas. It's understandable.
25.
It's a massive occasion. A couple of close frames early on, of course, went the wrong way for him. Could have won them both.
26.
Yeah, and I think if he had of, you know, it would have paved a different complexion on this match. But it's just really experience, as told. And that was always going to be the question. Oliver Lyons' first semi-final. John Higgins, 85th. Big
33.
difference. He's had his chance. He'll be bitterly disappointed, Oliver Lyons, so far. Because he would have seen his opponent not being at his complete best in given chances. Not what you'd expect from John Higgins in full flow, but he's just done what he's had to do, John Higgins. He's going to get another chance.
John Higgins, 33.
And there's another piece of evidence how John Higgins is playing in this match so far. We've given up a lot of chances.
Thank you. 1. Eight.
He's had a good look at the black. Is it potable if he pots this red? It's pretty tight. If not, he could play a little cannon on the red just beside it. Still hold for the black. Well, maybe the black is potable.
9.
No problem. Now, could play for the
16.
black into the same pocket again. That left corner pocket, leave a nice angle to go towards
17.
those reds on the left-hand side. And that's perfect. Just try and stun in between them. Yeah, lovely. Oh, well, say lovely. Probably a little bit too hard he played that. He could have played
24.
it a little bit softer, so he wouldn't have lost the cue ball. Being a left-hander, wouldn't have been too bad taking this red down the left-hand side, but can't do that now. Too awkward.
Oliver Lyons, 24.
Well, the lead is useful for Higgins, 22 points. Brown on the baulk cushion, blue just off the side cushion in his favour.
Well, a chance for Ollie Lyons if you can avoid the yellow with the cue ball and try and get that cue ball all the way back down to somewhere where it is now. Missed the yellow. It's not too bad. That's where John Higgins is a complete master. Situations like this.
Thanks.
He has just an edge of this red. But he's got to hit it perfect, try and knock it towards that brown. Doesn't get the right connection. He could leave it on. He's done well. Good shot, that. Very, very good. I've been impressed with his safety, I must say. Played some good stuff to give himself chances. He's competed well in that department. Just the odd shot here and there, particularly in the second frame, cost him. By and large, he's played some really good safety, and John has acknowledged that. Played the double kiss on the red. It's got distance, but left a possible pot here for Oliver Lyons. Dead straight, very difficult. It's good cueing, this.
Well, the only good news there is he didn't go in off. He would have left the red to left middle, but just underlines the fact that Oliver Lyons has played well below his best today in what is the biggest match he's ever played. The two are going together, aren't they? It's turned into a bit of a nightmare for him.
This is going close. Ooh.
One.
Well, he's on the yellow. He may be able to. I wonder, can he use the brown? Hit the yellow, pot the yellow, knock the brown off the red, knock it over the green pocket. That's what he's looking at. It's a possibility. What a shot this would be.
Yeah.
Watch the brown onto the red. Try and get it over that green pocket. Good attempt. Oh, very good attempt, but it's gone safe.
3.
Almost.
Yeah, it would have been a frame winner, basically, had that come off. Already 25 in front, having to be a little more patient. As I said earlier, he's got colours locked down on cushions.
John Higgins, 3.
I wonder, John Higgins, can he get in the back of this? No, maybe not. So he might be able to play cushion first. Oh, have a look at this for a shot. Have a look at this for a shot. That is a shot of a master craftsman. Beautiful. You may think that's lucky, but he knew exactly where the black was going. The only fear he had was the possible in-off, but... Oh.
Foul. And a miss. John Higgins, 4.
Nod of the head from the man they call the Wizard of Wishaw. A little bit of magic from him, wasn't it, to get the cue ball here and trap Oliver Lyons, who's running out of points, 29 behind, 35 on.
Yeah, the problem is, even if he hits the red, how is he going to get much distance on the red? Yeah, it's very hard to get distance unless it goes in the pocket. And that's going to be another frame. And you feel a bit sorry for Oliver Lyons out there, you really do. Came here with a lot of great hopes. Playing one of his heroes, he's had chances. Just maybe the occasion at the moment has got to him.
Yeah, because he's not been outplayed in the traditional sense of Higgins coming out and knocking everything in, making big breaks. It's been a very disjointed match. There's been mistakes on both sides, but frankly, Lyons has made more of them. And Higgins will not be jumping for joy with his performance, but he'll be delighted to be 2 frames from ranking final number 56 of his career.
8. John Higgins, 8.
3 snookers needed. Best of 11 now, so there's a little more room for manoeuvre, but not much. Obviously, from here, Lyons would have to win effectively 6-1. We started with 33-minute frame, and this one has been going 36. Oliver Lyons' highest break just 37. That tells its own story. Well, he's relentless, isn't he? And Lyons has seen enough. He won't have enjoyed that. He did have chances first couple of frames. They were close, but the match has slipped away from him. And when they come back in 15 minutes' time, John Higgins will need 2 to reach the final. At the interval, he leads Oliver Lyons 4-0.
The mid-session interval.
Thank you.
Oliver.
Frame 5.
Will have given himself 100 lines. I must play better. He's got lots of ability, Oliver Lyons. You don't get this far in a world ranking event without being an absolutely terrific player, but it's not been on display at all yet. And time is fast running out. Well, that is more like it.
Yeah, very much so. Nice long red. Intervals do change some matches, all that stuff. Very good start.
Four.
Yeah, not so good on the positional side, so back to bulk.
Oliver Lyons, 4.
Lyons is one of those players who keeps well informed about the circuit. He's interested in other results. He knows that over the last couple of years, John Higgins has lost some significant leads in very big matches. On several occasions in finals. So you might be grasping onto that hope.
Yes, I agree with what Stephen was saying in studio. He's not going to get the better of John Oliver. That is, he's not going to get the better. When it comes to safety and tactics, all that sort of stuff, you can't blame him for being aggressive. That's the only way really he's going to win this match, first and foremost. But to get back into it is huge order. Of course, John's been round the block umpteen times. He'll know that Oliver is bound to be a tad more aggressive from this point.
Eight.
Looks like John feels the line here is going to cannon the black direct. If it does, you'd expect to be on it.
One.
Bounced marginally off the top cushion, the black. So it's not frozen to it. That means this shot can be missed.
$60.
Glancing cannon. Keep the white off the side cushion, and he's good to go here, John.
70.
Not bad. Not ideal, not yet anyway.
Pro players should pot blacks off the spot. That, though, was
24.
struck very well indeed. You might make an argument to say a little too well.
$25.
Those last two shots are what John's enjoying about his new piece of equipment. When he goes deep on the cue ball, it's spinning more.
32.
Yes, the seeds were planted last week at the English Open, no doubt. He made that 1000th century, but he'd lost the match against Mark Allen when my co-commentator Alan McManus interviewed him. And yet Higgins was full of positivity. Now when he's like that, after a defeat, you know he's feeling good because he hates to lose. And yet there I thought, he's onto something here.
Yeah, it surprised me a little as well. He was not vocal about it, you know, it was a kind of private conversation in a way, but he's talking shop, but he did seem happy enough.
$41.
You might think he's always played the same way down the years, John, but this week he's feathering 4 or 5 times, which is quite a lot for him. There's always tinkering going on.
48. $49.
We never tire, do we, talking about the longevity of the class of 1992. John Higgins has won this British Open title 4 times before, but he hasn't lifted the trophy for 20 years.
56.
If he does that tomorrow, again, another achievement you can't quite believe.
$57. $64.
No frame today has been won in a single visit, and it looks as though this one might not be. Higgins giving off the body language of someone who's not quite sure.
John Higgins, 64.
Well, it was bold. He took the cue ball away, but he might have left a red. Anyone who goes to Disney World will have seen that new ride there, the rise of the resistance. This is the fall of the resistance. It's non-existent.
One.
Yeah, it's kind of been the story of the match. Too often John hasn't been made to work for his chances.
It's a real shame because we must make the point that Oliver Lyons is an absolutely terrific player who last night to get here showed not just skill but immense heart. Making breaks of 76, then 75 to win the last couple of frames in overcoming Jack Jones.
$16. $17. 24. $25. John Higgins, 25, and the frame.
The Higgins missed black mattered not in the slightest. The one-sided nature of the semi-final continues. Higgins 5-0. Right now, a one-horse race. Strange things happen in snooker. Look at the English Open final last week. Wu Yiza played very poorly to go 7-1 behind after the first session of the final against Neil Robertson. He was 8-2 down and so nearly pulled off a famous victory. Can lines at least restore some respectability to the scoreline?
One. John Higgins, 1.
It's been one of those matches as well for Oliver where, yeah, he hasn't gotten into it. But the other thing is the chances that he's had, and he's had quite a few as we know, but he hasn't had those chances where the pink's on and the black's on and he can punch a few reds in, punch in a few straight pinks off the spot to get that rhythm. It's been so bitty, a lot of the frames. Oh, that's not a John Higgins type of shot, but what a piece of cueing. He's going to need one more. Yeah, beautiful.
Eight.
I think the clues to this were in the quarter-final that Higgins played against Elliot Slesser. A couple of centuries, he looked back to his imperious best. And this is an early call, but the end could be nigh.
16.
Yeah, more revs in the cue ball. Came to the fore with that last shot. Brilliantly played. Just getting the reds to separate enough. Yeah, the other problem coming out from the interval that Oliver has is that John is a ruthless front runner, even in practice, as I've found to my cost many times.
20. $21.
The last time he won a world ranking event at the Players' Championship, he was entirely dominant. He confined Mark Selby, unbelievably,
28.
to 7 points in a whole match during a whitewash, and then he beat Kyron Wilson 6-1 in the semi-finals. When he gets in a groove, he normally stays there for an extended period.
Yes.
29.
That was incredible that week, wasn't it? How can you win the Players' Championship and lose 4 frames in that field?
Yes, he beat O'Sullivan to 3 in the final. He's so modest, John. Saw him,
32.
we were getting in the lift together after that final, and there was no one around. I said, John, that's the best you've ever played. And he thought about it for a moment, and because we were in private, he said, yeah, I think it was.
33. $40. $41.
Oh, that's a perler. I mean, it didn't look that much, but
43.
more the path of the cue ball that came down that inside left channel as we see it, between the pink spot and the side cushion perfectly.
$44. $51. $52.
He might lose form on occasion, John, here and there, but the one thing he never will lose is shot selection. It's always, well, pristine. I mean, even there, you know, You play the cue ball up on the line, playing the cannon. If you don't get it, you drift past the pink, you're on the other red.
59.
I know it's simple stuff, but he just does it time after time.
60.
Just like Twist, this Oliver will be asking the snooker gods for more. But his request will fall on deaf ears.
And then when he does play a silly
67.
shot, his opponent needs 3 snookers.
John Higgins, 67.
A break of 67, the highest Higgins has put together this afternoon. It should be enough. Oliver Lyons needs 3 snookers.
Yeah, but, you know, the match is pretty much done and dusted. I know that John's very fond of Oliver, so he'll have some nice words for him at the handshake, no doubt.
1.
And it's a learning process, isn't it? You know, he'll be back. He's a talented lad. But he's just came up against one of the all-time greats this afternoon.
John Higgins, 1.
Yes, Lyons is a very good player with a big future. John Higgins has got a big past, and he's now recapturing former glories. He's into the final of the British Open via whitewash. 6-0.